So fun little note about how these reviews come together for My Hero Academia every week. So I work on Saturdays every single week, but because My Hero Academia airs so early in the morning, I can get up really early. I generally record these reviews around 6:30 in the morning, because then I can edit them, have it all good to go, start the render as I'm leaving for work, so when I get home I can immediately start uploading it and get it out for you guys sooner rather than later. And generally every single morning I'm just dead tired. I get like 4 to 5 hours of sleep when I wake up on Saturdays. This series just always wakes me up. It's absolutely incredible how much this series just brings life to me. I mean, it sounds cheesy to say, but it's so fun. It just gets you pumped up and ready to start your day. And this episode is probably my favorite episode of the series to date, and I really think next week is going to surpass even this episode for me. What I like is just how everything about this episode was presented in a very terrifying manner. Having fear in the character's eyes is something that's difficult to manage in a weekly format for anime. It's a little easier for movies because you have just one project you're releasing at one time, so you get a bit more fine-tuning for that. But weekly anime, it's not about the budget or anything like that. It's about the time that an animator has to work on a scene. And Studio Bones is doing an exceptional job. I have to say, you felt fear in so many characters' eyes. I love how everything was presented because this episode starts off in once again, a pretty gloomy way. Like, things aren't looking good. Everything around the characters is looking bad, and I love how they detailed just the atmosphere around the characters shaking up everyone. You saw fear in characters' eyes, something I really haven't seen in television anime in quite a while. Just the overall way they would shake the camera and detail things around you, you felt terrified and you knew that this was the big bad and there's a reason All Might hasn't defeated him yet. All For One is absolutely terrifying with his power ceiling and everything around him. Like, he is absolutely someone to fear. But something that really caught my eye was how much he genuinely seems to care for Shigaraki. Like, you knew he did based on the little bit of backstory we've received of him, but this is the episode that really showed me, like, I understand why someone would follow him, especially with how much he seems to care about his safety, especially the fact that he throws him away, makes sure he gets to safety when things are starting to turn a little bit sour for his team. Like, you actually feel like this is something that a lot of shonen or just anime in general, where they have the big bad, they make the big bad scary and powerful, but they don't humanize him. And it's not about humanizing him to the point that we feel like sorry for him if he gets killed or captured. It's about giving the villain motives, giving him a reason and giving him a sense of character that even if we disagree with why he's doing the things he's doing, you can at least see that he's more than just a generic kill 'em all, I don't care about anyone. And I like how, even though he probably is using Shigaraki, I do like how the fact that he generally seems to care about his safety, and you understand why both of them are doing the things they're doing. It's an exceptional touch. It's something that usually wouldn't be here in a shonen anime, and I love how My Hero Academia actually has it in it. It's an exceptional touch. And something that's pretty interesting is how Deku was handled. Like, Deku's plan about how to rescue Bakugo is completely different than I thought they would go about it. And I'm glad it keeps subverting my expectations. Like, the fact that he's not the one to reach out to Bakugo after using all of their quirks in such a cool manner that won't put them in danger, that will get them away from the villains, but will give Bakugo the chance to get away so All Might can fight at full strength. And it's not going to be the main character who reaches the helping hand, it's going to be someone who Bakugo already considers an equal and a friend. That's genius. It's absolutely genius, and I love how it's just not following the tropes. Even though a lot of the characters at their core, you might think, oh, I've seen this before. How they're being executed in this scenario is completely different than I've seen in any other shonen. I absolutely adore what they're doing with this, and I love how Bakugo does decide, because Bakugo realizes like All Might can't fight to his full strength because he's there, but also it's not Deku the one who keeps trying to be his friend who's reaching out. It's someone he already truly considers an equal. It makes total sense and I love it. Not to mention Best Jeanist having just his ability shouldn't be as cool as it is. The ability to control like clothing, he got everyone away into safety and he took so many blows, and it's insane that he's apparently still alive. Like, he got like shot through the chest and his eyes was still twitching. Like, if that guy makes it alive, holy hell, like, that guy needs, like, a medal, a pay raise, something. The dude is just an absolute hero and an absolute beast. Gotta love that guy. Never thought I would like Best Jeanist initial impressions, but an amazing character, an amazing character. But with All Might in this episode, now this is where it gets interesting because, you know, All Might's never been able to defeat this guy, and All Might's not at full strength. He can only remain in his superhero form for so many minutes before shit goes wrong, and this episode really establishes for me personally that All Might is about to sacrifice something. I don't think he's gonna sacrifice his life, maybe he will, I highly doubt it, but I think his time for being a hero is probably close to being over, because like Deku, I think he's going to exert himself, he's going to use his ability too much, and that's going to have a negative consequence. We know All Might's time is drawing to a close. That's the entire reason Deku has his power, to be his successor. But Deku's not ready to be his successor yet, he still needs training and he needs to work his way up. However, like Deku, when he saves people, he doesn't care what happens to his body as long as it gets the job done, and I think something similar is about to happen. The world now knows that All Might isn't the All Might that they think he is. He obviously has a limit. If you watch the preview, it's confirmed that the world 100% will see All Might in his skinny ass form. But the thing with it is generally when All Might goes to that skinny form, that's it, he recharges, he regroups. He can't do that this time, and I truly think he's going to push his body so far that that's going to be it for him. I think, will he defeat his lifelong enemy? Probably, but I think it's going to come at the cost of maybe his power, maybe his life, maybe someone else's life or power. Like, I don't know, but something has to be sacrificed. If All Might got out of this unscathed, it would feel more generic, and I think the series is above that. Please no spoilers, these are just my thoughts based on how things are laid out, but I love it. I love how things feel like they can have consequences. Even though characters like maybe say Best Jeanist should have died, it still feels like things do have sacrifice and consequence here or there, and I think this is going to be one of them, and I can't wait to see what they do with that. All Might was a bro in this episode. I love seeing All Might in action, and it feels like All Might's action is coming to a close and the torch is about to be passed along, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. This is so exciting because there's so many ways things could go next week. This series is just so fun, but past just being a fun shonen, it's actually really well written more times than not. The characters I didn't think I would ever give a damn about, I'm excited to see, and that's saying something, because usually with a cast as large as this, you care about the main character, you care about their friends, things like that, and maybe the teacher, but you don't care about the villains, what they're up to. You don't care about the side characters who you've only seen off and on. You don't care about Best Jeanist usually, but you do in My Hero Academia. I love it. Like, there isn't much to complain about in this episode for me. The detail, the expression, it was so good, and All Might's voice actor, seriously, give that guy a pay raise. That guy is exceptionally good at what he does. I mean, seriously, great episode of My Hero Academia. I can't wait for next week to see what ultimately happens with All Might and his ultimate foe. Let me know what you're feeling down in that comment section below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Your favorite moment? Let me know what you're feeling. And before you leave, be sure to like the video if you did enjoy. If you're new, also be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.